The Armenians are also a really oppressed group of people during the communist regime. But after the fall of communism and when Poland has its time to rebuild and rebirth, the Armenians resurfaced and integrated again into the Polish culture. Here with us is our guest Maciej Bohociewicz, the founder of the Armenian Foundation, talking about life for Armenians before and after the communist regime. After the fall of communism in Poland, the country actually have a time to get a breather. And I was wondering if the Armenians were able to come back after communist has passed. And also, what is like today? How is the Armenian population interacting with the Polish population?
Trzeba pamiętać, że liderami społeczności ormiańskiej na całym świecie są zawsze osoby duchowne. To księża.
We have to remember that the priests are the leaders of the Armenian population all over the world.
Podobnie wyglądała sytuacja w Polsce.
When there is no organized Armenian authorities in pockets all across the globe, the priests are the unofficial leaders of that minority.
Rzeczypospolitej ze wschodu.
The case was similar in Poland. The years of communism led to the fact that the Armenians who were repatriated from the eastern borderlands of Poland found themselves spread out in cities all over Poland. For the most part, those were the cities which were not a part of the Polish Republic prior to the war, the so-called recovered territories located in western Poland.
Paręnaście kościołów, dobrze zorganizowane parafie, a po wojnie na terenie obecnej Rzeczypospolitej.
Here is where the problem arises, as before the war, the Armenians had over a dozen of churches, well-organized parishes, and after the war, in the areas of the Polish Republic we know today, one sole Armenian church, which we know is the center of the Armenian spiritual life, was built in Gliwice. Additionally, there is a chapel which belongs to the Armenians in the coastal city of Gdańsk. However, Armenians could also be found in big cities such as Krakow, Warsaw, Poznań and Wrocław, even though there are no Armenian churches there.
Nie posiadając swoich kościołów. W tamtych czasach mamy tylko dwóch księży.
At the time, there were only two priests, priest Romaszkan and priest Filipiak, who held sermons in Gdańsk.
Że tak powiem, sprawuje nabożeństwa w Gdańsku. Gliwice staje się powolutku takim centrum życia duchowego.
Gliwice slowly became the center of spiritual life because of the very strong presence of an Armenian priest, Józef Kowalczyk, who in the late 80s and early 90s managed to conduct an enormous ceremony in Poland.
Doprowadza do ogromnej ceremonii kościelnej, do koronacji obrazu Matki Bożej Łysieckiej.
It was the coronation of the painting of Saint Mary of Łysiec, an icon originating from a town in the eastern borderlands. Armenians from all across the globe gathered in Poland, along with the representatives of the Armenian Catholic Church and head of the Beirut congregation, John Kasparian XVIII. An incredible mass was held in Gliwice, where the Armenians could gather and unify under the bishop's scepter. This was an impulse for the Armenian society to create new organizations. The first one was the Armenian Culture Club,
kolejnej nowej działalności społeczeństw ormiańskich,
which was set up in the 1980s in Krakow, with similar clubs being established in Warsaw and one more in Gdańsk.
W latach 80. w Krakowie, potem kolejne koło w Warszawie i kolejne koło ormiańskie w Gdańsku. I z biegiem czasu, kiedy
in communist times in Poland, people did not want to admit their Armenian heritage, as they feared this would lead to some undisclosed consequences. As time had passed and people felt more comfortable with admitting they were of Armenian descent, it was priest Józef Kowalczyk who essentially organized the life of this minority in Poland. Because of him, more organizations, foundations and clubs were established in our country, and they attracted younger generations with their actions.
Organizuje odczyty, dając asumpt do tej działalności. Dzięki temu powstają liczne organizacje ormiańskie.
Armenian Foundation is an example of such cooperation with the youth that comes to mind, which I am honored to be the founder of. Our foundation aims to work with the youngest generations so that they would not forget their heritage.
Armenian Foundation, której mam zaszczyt być założycielem. I fundacja postawiła sobie za cel przede wszystkim pracę z tym najmłodszym pokoleniem, aby to pokolenie nie zapomniało o swoich korzeniach. Ormianie polscy w większości nie znają języka ormiańskiego, więc postawiliśmy sobie za cel powoli znowu przywracać język ormiański.
Polish Armenians, for the most part, do not know their native language. Therefore, we made it our mission to slowly bring Armenian language back. Another example of such operations is the Armenian Weekend School in Krakow. The second branch of activities consists of trips to the eastern borderlands, the places where our grandparents used to live. The small town of Kuty on the Chermosh River comes to mind, and the program is named Kuty, a tiny Armenian capital.
Każdego roku przez 2 tygodnie organizujemy coś w rodzaju letniego obozu, takiego summer campu, gdzie dzieci i młodzież zwiedza miejscowości, miasta, terytoria, które kiedyś należały do Ormian, gdzie uczy się historii i tradycji ormiańskiej i polskiej.
Each year we organize a summer camp of sorts where children and teenagers visit the towns and cities which previously belonged to the Armenians. They can learn about the culture and tradition of both Poland and Armenia, and they can physically touch items which belonged to their grandparents and great-grandparents, and in the process learn the language they were not taught.
Że wśród grupy 30-40 osobowej tej dzieci i młodzieży znajdują się także ich dziadkowie, którzy wtedy jadąc z nami mają czas.
The program is in its 11th year of existence and is constructed in such a way that the grandparents of the young Polish Armenians also take part in the trip. Because of that, they can speak with their grandchildren about the past and how their life looked back then. We also organize trips to multiple Armenian diasporas across the globe. We go to different European cities. The exhibition we can experience today is being shown across Poland as well as the world, and it brings people closer to the phenomenon of the Polish Armenians.
Społecznościom i diasporom ormiańskim za granicą. Mamy nadzieję, że to nowe pokolenie, z którym pracujemy,
We hope that this new generation we are working with will continue our work and that the memory of the Polish Armenians and their culture will not be lost.
Kulturze, jaką wytworzyli, nie zostanie zaprzepaszczona.
That's it for today. I'm your host, Benjamin Lee. I'll see you next time on Poland Daily History.